Good morning. Another quick thought for today. Today I've been maybe a little more reflective because it's my birthday, so thinking about a lot of things. But I wanted to talk about mindset, positivity, and a little bit about control, right? So there's obviously things that we all enjoy doing, and I generally find that those things that we enjoy doing kind of give us energy, right? It's like they fill us up. Some people may have talked about this like almost like an emotional bank, right? Where you have energy or satisfaction or whatever you want to call it in the bank. And there's things that you can do that put money into this bank, if you think of it like a piggy bank. And there's things that you do that you don't enjoy that drain it, right? And so it's always a balance. You don't want to drain it completely. It's okay to fill it up, and if it's overflowing, to me, that's fine. That's fantastic. So one of the things that I see a lot, especially with new carnivores, is they seem to worry about a lot of things, and I think that's natural and understandable. We've all been so lost and so misled on all of the things that we're supposed to do or supposed to eat. And I just think to myself, I think WWGD, what would Grok do, right? I try to put everything in the ancestral frame of mind. And if you don't know who Grok is, then shout out to Mark Sisson and the Primal Blueprint. You really need to check him out. You can find a lot of his stuff over at Mark's Daily Apple. That's a blog that he has, and the Primal Blueprint is a book that he wrote that obviously had a big impact on my life with regards to primal lifestyle. So aside from that, I think what would Grok do? How would this be handled primally? And there's a lot of stuff that we worry about that, I'm just going to be honest with you, I don't know why we worry about it. 200,000 years ago, nobody would have been worried about this stuff. And, just to give an example, I saw a question this morning about gut microbiome. Like, someone's nutritionist telling them their gut microbiome is going to change when they do carnivore, and how that's going to be a bad thing. Well, first of all, your nutritionist does not know, all right? This is an area of science which is not well understood, and most of the science around that is they don't know what a healthy or appropriate gut microbiome is. A lot of the data that's been collected is collected from people who are on a standard American diet. So who's to say that gut microbiome represents an actual appropriate human gut microbiome? Okay, a little into the weeds there, but that's how you can think about these things. It's like, a guy 200,000 years ago just didn't give a crap about that. He didn't give a crap about his crap unless he was just having some severe distress. That was not important to him, right? Other things like, I try to emphasize to be intuitive. So you can think of things in the ancestral frame of mind. The other thing you can do is be intuitive. Like, another new carnivore thing that new carnivores obsess and worry about. And that is, what am I going to eat? What should I eat? What should I eat? And they're asking everybody else what they should eat. You need to ask yourself, what do I want to eat? It's that simple. Now, for, say, Grok, it was, what did he have available, right? And he probably appreciated it, whatever it was. But you have the luxury of choosing whatever kind of meat you feel like eating. So just do that and don't worry about it. This constant worrying about things that you don't control is definitely a negative, and it's a drain on your energy. It also boosts your stress, which boosts your cortisol, and chronically elevated cortisol is definitely not your friend. Promotes inflammation, promotes fat storage, especially around the belly, and a whole host of other negative things. So just don't fret about it. Don't worry about all of these things. Look, you should also, another thing I would say in terms of mindset and sort of keeping this positive mindset that new carnivores need to do is, I know we talked a little bit about worrying and sphere of control and what you can control and what you cannot control. So definitely don't worry about those things that are outside your control. Again, that's just raising cortisol needlessly. But there are things that you do control that often are also a negative on that bank. And I'm going to be honest, one of them is social media. Okay, I see a lot of people on there who, I don't say a lot, but there are definitely people on social media who make posts and you just know, I shouldn't reply to this. I shouldn't even address this. I should scroll on by. And if you think that, that's what you should do. Or you just, you see that post and you just, right? You just want to facepalm and shake someone because you're like, what? What are you, it's just frustrating. You're frustrated by them. You're frustrated by someone else. Like, it's someone you don't know and will probably never meet, and they're on whatever social media platform. Just boom, flick them away. Who cares, right? Who cares? Distance yourself from that person. I don't care. Ban them if you have to. Just block them. Whatever, right? If you don't ever want to see another post from someone, then just block them. It's fine, right? It's okay to remove negativity from your life. That's all I'm saying. So if it gets to that point and you think, I got to remove this out of my life, there's things you can do, on, the Zucker platform, you can pause people or you can block people. And you can do that on you block people on pretty much any platform. So if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But sometimes you just got to remove negativity from your life and focus on positive things. So you're focusing on the things that you can control, right? And maybe that's, you see a post that you really like and you know a little bit about this and you want to share that information. That's fine. Share that information. Don't get into a war over it. It's just not worth it. You're not going to be able to convince everyone, but this is one of the reasons why I always lean into the science, because I just will say, look, here's what the science says, and you could do with that what you want, right? And I drop it there and I leave it, right? And I find most people are pretty receptive to that, right? I'm not telling them what to do, but they ask a question and I'm like, here's some scientific studies and this is what they indicate. And that's it, right? And then they can use that or not, right? We all have to interpret the world and the information we receive and figure out how to apply it to our own life. And that's really what it's all about. So when you're going through your day and you're trying to do that, just remember to think about it ancestrally. What would Grok do? Remember to think about it intuitively, right? What do I want to do, right? What do I feel like? What food do I feel like eating? And how did that food make me feel, right? And then just remember to focus on things that are within your control and keep those things positive so that they're a net positive for your energy. Whatever that is, whatever your passion is, whatever you enjoy doing, if it puts a smile on your face or lifts your heart, then that's a positive thing, and that's going to fill your bank up with energy, with happiness, with satisfaction. And honestly, if you're going through life and you're not full of energy, you're not invigorated, you're not satisfied, and you're not happy, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? If that's not it, what are you doing? That's all that's important. It's about, this life can be a slog. There's always tons of negative stuff in the news. And I get it, right? We all want to be able to solve the world's problems, but you know what? I can't. That's outside of my control. I can try to influence it where I can, whatever that is. Remember, that's charitable donations. Maybe that's just going and voting, whatever. There's things that we can't directly interact with that are thousands of miles away, and we can't do anything about it, and you got to leave it up to other people sometimes and just focus on the things that you need to do to keep your own mental health right. And that's really what this is all about, right? It's all about not worrying about things that you shouldn't worry about, so that you're not stressed out and don't interact with all these toxic, negative people, so that you're draining yourself all the time, right? And you're just going to feel crushed at the end of the day. And we should all focus on our own mental health a lot more than we do. And that was one of my big changes when I went carnivore, is I just focused on me. And I know that sounds greedy or selfish somehow, but if I'm a wreck, what can I do for others? I can't do a damn thing. If I'm sitting on the couch and I'm unmotivated and I'm in pain and I refuse to even get up and go for a walk around my block even, because I just can't physically move, and I just mentally don't want to move, and I don't have any energy, and I'm just not alive, I'm just existing. What good am I to other people then? So if you want to help others, you first need to help yourself. Just like they say on the airplane, right? You got to help yourself first. All right, that's my thoughts for today. I hope you appreciate it. If you do, make a comment down below and give it a little like and subscribe. That would really help me out. I just want to get to my first 100 subscribers. We're not there yet, so subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and I guarantee you're not going to get spammed with all of my videos. You're going to see them if you want to see them. I think the YouTube algorithm's pretty good there, so if you want to see them, they'll show up. If you don't, they don't. So that's it. That's my thoughts for today. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.